wants you. We can bring it on the floor. Never danced like this before. We don't talk about it.
Hey guys, what is cracking? It is me, Krakenation, and today we are taking on the OU ladder for a little bit of a sesh. If you didn't watch the previous analysis video, we built a team around Medicham for our competitive analysis. We try to make those go one on one together. So without further ado, let's pop right into the team. We're running Fake Out, High Jump Kick, Bullet Punch, Ice Punch, Medicham. High Jump Kick just gives you power. Ice Punch lets you hit things like Guard Chomp and Landorus T, along with being just the safest move when things like Gengar want to switch in. Ice Punch plus Bullet Punch guarantees KOs on Gengar. Fake Out plus Bullet Punch gives us awesome Revenge Chilling in dual priority form. Clefable is here to be our best answer to Mega Sableye. Clefable is running Leftovers, Magic Guard, Flamethrower, Moonblast, Calm Mind, Soft Boiled. A lot of people like to rely on things like Ferrothorn and Scizor as their Clefable check. So Flamethrower just really bops those things. Clefable, it really doesn't find itself wanting any other moves. Only Pokemon that really struggles with is like Talonflame. It can't really hit Talonflame and like Heatran, which I feel like I have some solid support for anyways. We got Rotom Wash as our primary bird spam check. With Volt Switch, Pain Split, Will-O-Wisp, Hydro Pump. Also, our main physical wall in this team, just a physically defensive pivot, allows us to pivot into Medicham with enough speed EVs to outspeed Belly Jet, Azumarill. Although, honestly, it's worth putting Whirlwind there because I feel like I made the decision a little bit ago to just run this kind of spread. If we're going to run that, I'm going to run minus Speed IV, just because I like to run that -1 Speed IV to if I get in with another Rotom Wash, which tends to happen a lot with this team and with a lot of teams. Rotom Wash tends to be other Rotom Wash's best answer. And if you lose a speed tie when both click Volt Switch, it lets you actually gain more momentum than your opponent does by clicking Volt Switch, so I like to run that lower Speed IV. Highly recommended. We got Offensive Stall Breaker, Heatran with Magma Storm, Taunt, Toxic Earth Power. This set is really great for dealing with things like Clefable, which this team otherwise actually struggles quite a bit with. Great with dealing with Clefable. It's a pseudo answer for things such as Mega Venusaur, and it also just helps us against the Stall archetype a lot, along with Clefable being our two best Pokemon against Stall. We've got Choice Scarf Tyranitar being another pseudo bird check, although it doesn't like to switch into U-turns very much, obviously. This is mainly to Pursuit Trap and do a lot of damage to a lot of strong special attackers that Medicham fears. These are especially with this set. So with the set that I'm running on Mega Medicham, I should say. So this thing takes on things like Thundurus Incarnate, takes on Charizard Y, switches into the Lotties, stuff like that. Choice Scarf T-Tar also helps with bird spam, so that Rotom Wash isn't all by himself. Heatran does too, but Heatran really can't hit birds, obviously, as you can tell. And also fears like can't really switch into Staraptor. Neither can Tyranitar safely, to be honest, though. Finally, we're running Skarmory. This is Spadef Skarmory to kind of balance the physical defense brought by Rotom. Spadef Skarmory takes on a lot of the special attackers that I either can't afraid to switch Tyranitar or really Tyranitar is my only special switch in otherwise. So things like Alakazam, it doesn't switch in too well because Alakazam can outspeed and kill with Focus Blast. So Skarmory can really pretty reliably take those on, except it cannot switch into modest Mega Alakazam super well. So that's something worth keeping in mind. Also gets beat by a lot of if I am forced to run Clefable, Clefable gets beat by a lot of Encore variants of Mega Alakazam. Without further ado, we're going to hop right into the vid. Unfortunately, I did have some pretty hacksy matches while I was trying to do some warm-up. I like to warm up before I do these videos. But right off the bat, we're seeing a pretty offensive team on my opponent's side. Pretty hyper offense, to be honest. I'm thinking this is Charizard Y, honestly, although with Charizard, you always want to say what it is, and then you can really never predict exactly right. So I'm just going to start lead with Mega Medicham, because that's really honestly the go-to lead of choice in most situations. I'm not expecting Raikou to want to do anything except click Volt Switch, so I feel like Fake Out will be a pretty safe play, as Landorus T does want to switch in. This is what I was mentioning in the video earlier, because Fake Out is going to allow us to see this thing's item. It doesn't reveal an item. This looks like potential Scarf damage. Fake Out, yeah, that looks like a probable Scarf range. Oops, wrong Showdown, might be. So I'm going to switch into something that can take a U-turn pretty well. I'm just going to switch into Rotom Wash in case he wants to click Earthquake. His team doesn't have any good answers to Rotom Wash to just switch in. I can pretty safely click Volt Switch on his entire team. So he decides to go to U-turn. Good play by him. Also probably revealing Scarf damage again if you look at Rotom Wash here. basically, yeah, that was scarf damage. So he is probably some offensive type variant at the very least. His own Raikou does want to switch in. Fortunately, our best answer to Raikou is either Tyranitar, who we want to keep healthy to switch into Latios. Well, the Skarmory can take on Latios in a pinch, but I am kind of seeing just a Volt Switch coming, so I'm just gonna click Pain Split and heal up on whatever wants to come in here, as he's using his 2 offensive Pokemon to gain his 2 Volt U-turners. Probably Mienshao also being a U-turner, but I am able to click Pain Split here. I am expecting a very, very hard Draco to be dropped right now. Skarmory can take that pretty well. I'd kind of like to leave Tyranitar healthy just because it does take on a lot of these Pokemon on this team in a pinch. So I'm going to switch into Skarmory and take this Draco really, really well, which is what I love about Spadef Skarmory, is that it's actually just unexpected by a lot of people and takes on really strong attacks very effectively. So obviously I'm expecting Raikou to want to switch in here, in which case I'm going to click Roost, and I have Rotom doesn't switch into Raikou super well. I'm going to click Toxic, honestly, because Raikou is going to want to switch in. Hopefully Toxic connects, and as it does, we are in a tough spot here because I don't want Rotom to get too weak, as it does help us with Zard and Landorus T. Skarmory can counter, even Spadef Skarmory can pretty well effectively counter Landorus T, but we obviously don't want to be leaving it in here. Clefable is this is probably Assault Vest Raikou, so I won't be able to do much to it, but Clefable can switch in at least once, and is looking honestly fairly useless in this battle. There are a lot of really, although actually not even. If Ferrothorn wants to come in here, I can pretty effectively set up on it, and honestly potentially win the game from there. Also, Zard would be a problem for that win strategy. Also, I think Mienshao it gets Poison Jab. As Zard does want to come in here, kind of honestly should have seen that coming. We're gonna see what variant it is now. See, the thing is, it's so hard to predict because Zard X and Zard Y both fit into such similar team types. It's just like this team has a lot of, I guess, special attackers, so a physical attacker like Zard X would make sense. But if it's Zard X, what am I gonna do to it? I'm gonna switch into Rotom, as not a bad play by me, I guess, ultimately, although it was a strange switch to make, to be honest. I'm just going to click, honestly, I'm just going to click Pain Split again here, as everything on this team is pretty healthy right now, and I'll be able to hopefully heal back up quite a bit. As we get some health back, unfortunately we aren't going to be able to take another Volt Switch very well at all, although I am expecting a although honestly some kind of switch here might be the almost obvious play, but he does choose to go for the Draco, but we are going to be able to knock out this Latios, taking a lot of pressure off of Skarmory to check it, and also Rotom Wash now. He has no good answers to Rotom Wash. If I can get another Pain Split up, we're going to be in pretty good shape. Although unfortunately he does manage to make the good play and trap us into pursuit with Zard. So he does reveal Zard X, as he does also get the this is a tough spot, because this thing basically, if it's running Earthquake, wrecks my entire team really, really hard. Honestly, I'm just going to click Pain Split, as if I can take one. Nope, I cannot. Honestly, should have seen that coming. I guess the play has to be click Fake Out a bunch of times. I don't see him switching out now that he's set up. And Flare Blitz is going to be Flare Blitz or Dragon Claw, honestly. Clefable looking pretty helpful, actually, honestly, at this point in the match. Tyranitar, not. And Tyranitar also lets us continue getting some chip damage. So if this thing is running Earthquake. Although, what happened to my Sandstream? Oh, there we go, there it is. Unfortunately, we're not going to have an opportunity to see what this Pokemon is running. But it is looking like we're going to have to try to win with Clefable at this point in the match. If he is running Roost, this is the time where he would reveal it. So I'm expecting to, I'm just going to click High Jump Kick, as he does go for Flare Blitz. Very interesting on his part, as the Sandstorm damage is able to take him down, and from here he has Honestly, I feel like I can still win this battle pretty effectively. I'm just going to go into Heatran, as if he goes into Raikou, this is my safest play. And from here, I can basically just click... I can just click Toxic, honestly. Unfortunately, this is a fully offensive variant, so we are going to be kind of screwed. I feel like he's going to expect the quite obvious switch here. Do I feel like making a play? Do I feel like making a play? Do I feel like making a play? How important is this? Raikou, Assault Vest Raikou could really mess this team up, but honestly this isn't really checking that too effectively anyways. So I'm just going to click Magma Storm, as he does click U-turn, so we made a good play there, not bad, do it for the live. Not even bad, look at that. As we are able to get the Raikou Magma Storm, and it does connect, which does a ton of damage. And honestly at this point now, I can just click Magma Storm again. I can take that and do a ton of damage to whatever wants to come in here. And I think unless that Mienshao is running Poison Jab, hopefully this connects. It does, and we do a ton of damage as I just stated. So we are able to kill this thing. I am expecting Mienshao honestly to want to come in right now, but I am gonna have to stay in with Heatran, probably sack Heatran off because it's basically useless at this point. He reveals High Jump Kick, but that's honestly, he reveals Life Orb. So considering the fact that he's Life Orb, I'm pretty scared of. I was expecting Scarf, but considering that he is in fact a Life Orb Mienshao, I want to see how much High Jump Kick's going to do to Scarm. It is a probable KO from, actually, one thing that's worth doing actually is scouting for the Poison Jab, which I'm going to do by this play. If he doesn't have Poison Jab, Clefable basically can win this. Yeah, none of his attacks or anything is not running Poison Jab. So we're going to be able to effectively scout for the Poison Jab as he does not choose to go for it, which is great for us because now that means I can essentially, although I might be able to take a Volt Switch, probably not, but I can essentially sack off Skarmory and hopefully rely on Clefable to win this game for me. I just want to calc how much damage Ferrothorn's going to be doing with Gyro Ball, not almost any. I am also a Magic Guard variant, so I'm not going to respond to that just because he doesn't know my plays, my amazing plays. I'm going to click Calm Mind here, as that does a ton of damage. What is up with that? Am I a fast Clefable? What? How did that do so much? Is he an offensive Ferrothorn? Oh my god. So, I'm pretty low on the ladder right now, if you can't tell. I'm just going to debate this with him, because High Jump Kick, if he does want to see how much... I want to ask him if he's offensive Ferrothorn, just because that was really weird. I'm very confused how that Gyro Ball did so much. Just because Gyro Ball should be doing... I don't have a Gyro Ball on this set, but... Okay, I guess it does do a lot of damage, actually. Anyways. Alright, so he did secure that battle pretty well, but I think I did make some cool plays. And we got to see Medicham do some damage. Oh, this is a battle where Medicham can put some work in. I'm just going to lead with Medicham as per usual. He has no good switch-ins to a powerful Medicham, unless that's physically defensive Landorus, in which case I can Ice Punch the crap out of it. Physically defensive Tentacruel also could pose a problem because I'm not running Zen Headbutt. But I'm going to click Fake Out on Dank Lord here. I'm really low on the ladder. What is up with that? 1480. Jesus Christ, that's ridiculous. I was at like 1600 like yesterday. I unfortunately, as I said, had a pretty haxy morning when I was trying to warm up. So it is what it is. Hopefully I'll be able to get back up, but whatever. As Landorus T, as I was saying earlier, wants to switch in all the time. We'll be able to reveal this set as this does reveal to be a Rocky Helmet variant. Unfortunately, I don't really want to take all this damage because this Pokemon. I'm just gonna click Ice Punch here as it does literally 0 total damage. I'm going to switch. Actually, he probably wants. High Jump Kick probably will OHKO actually from this range. If Ice Punch did that much, Ice Punch. This does like 150. This has like a little more than that. So I'm just gonna click Start Timer on him. That was an interesting roll. I'm kind of upset actually about that last battle. It's fine ultimately, but I guess I just miscalculated the Gyro Ball, honestly. Obviously, if I'd been more careful, which I usually am in battles that matter more than just a little ladder session, but I think we're going to try to get 3 battles in, as this guy's taking forever. I don't really know what to say in the meantime, but regardless, CSL news, what I can do while I'm waiting. I recently, okay, High Jump Kick does literally no damage either. I'm just gonna click Ice Punch here. His switching is probably gonna be Landorus. Okay, so I guess I just kind of made a risky play there that I didn't really need to. But regardless, I can switch in on a Stealth Rocks though at this point, so it might have been worth. Yo! So that's pretty funny. But am I expecting Toxic Spikes here? I hope not. He's probably a. Oh my god! Of course the burn. Whatever. Honestly, I'm over it. I'm just gonna click Will-O-Wisp here on myself because I am expecting Landorus T to want to switch on this Volt Switch or Kyurem Black. Honestly, Pokemon that can take it pretty well. But probably Kyurem Black is honestly going to want to switch in, or Tangrowth, and Tangrowth also doesn't want to be statused very much. Yeah, so I was right about Tangrowth. So we are able to get a little bit of chip damage on that, and from here I'm just going to switch on out. Hopefully this kills. Nope, of course not, because that was actually a ridiculous thing. I don't know why I hoped that killed. I am expecting a Leaf Storm here, so honestly, Skarmory is going to be the way to go, as it can just sponge that Leaf Storm like nobody's business. Oh, he decides to go for Earthquake, makes the risky play. Okay, I don't understand it, but you do you, dude. I'm just going to click Toxic here, as this thing, if it wants to switch out, it can switch out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Either way, I don't really need my leftovers that much against this team. I guess Alakazam. Leftovers might be good against Alakazam, but I'm just expecting maybe he can go to knock for knockoff, considering that he's shown that he is a mixed spread. We probably won't switch out at this point. This thing's burned, so I'm just going to click Brave Bird, do some damage on whatever wants to switch in. If he switches into Tyranitar, that's fine. I can sack off Medicham at this point in the battle. I really want to get one battle where Medicham does a lot of work, because they're having games that I've done today where it does do its usual job of just like smashing up everything. But regardless, this guy's still taking forever. Where was I at? Oh, the CSL. I recently made a trade, Vileplume for Quagsire. I'm going to try to actually get Quagmire back because it's actually pretty good against my matchup, and I have a feeling I might be able to manage to get both Quagsire and Vileplume on the same team. As he does make the interesting playing switch out into Tentacruel, but I am able to stay in and effectively get some damage off, because unfortunately I had nothing to hit Tentacruel super effectively besides Volt Switch. Honestly, at this point, I want to say that Landorus is going to switch in and try to get up its rocks. Regardless, I think my play is going to be the Will-O-Wisp, because I really want to status this thing. Because otherwise this Tentacle is going to be able to get leftovers all day. If he wants to switch into, I think he's going to expect a Volt Switch here. Again, this is honestly the same situation that I was in a few turns ago. I can just click Will-O-Wisp on anything on his team. If he wants to go into Tangrowth, I can switch right back into Skarm and just play that whittling game, which is unfortunately something that I'm probably going to have to do. I like this team a lot, but it's been getting really unlucky, honestly. As this guy decides it's a good idea to click Sludge Bomb, but I'm going to be able to take advantage of that and switch into Heatran, as I'm really not expecting Scald. I'm really curious how much any of our attacks did to this thing. Ice Punch from a -1 Medicham did. Medicham, Ice Punch, Tentacruel, physically defensive. Ice Punch did 21, did I say? 12. Attack -1. Yep. So he's probably fully physically defensive, actually, looking at this. Like, that was also a low roll. But considering that, I think I'm going to be able to Heatran. Earth Power is going to do a ton of damage. Also, Heatran is kind of useless in this battle. Like, literally everything in this team can beat it. So I'm just going to click Earth Power, as Landorus T does want to switch in. He made a good play. That Earth Power is pretty obvious if that was my switch in. As he's honestly probably going to get his rocks up here, so I'm just going to click Toxic. As he's not going to expect Heatran to want to stay in, although he is a god, I suppose, so there's that. But now I can basically click anything I want against this entire team. There's no way he's going to stay in. There's just literally no way he's going to stay in. So I'm just going to click High Jump Kick and do some damage to anything. As we do get a lot of damage on that thing. Do I expect Landorus to want to switch back in here? I don't really want to take an unnecessary Scald on Tyranitar, or anything for that matter. Yeah, I'll just click Ice Punch. Alright, so I made a good play. He didn't switch out. Medicham still alive, still be able to bop some souls. What's great about Medicham is it's kind of the best Pokemon, one of the best Pokemon in the tier, to categorize as a no-switching type Pokemon. Hopefully this isn't Megazam. But it's a no-switching type Pokemon where, like, almost any Pokemon that isn't a bulky Psychic type or, like, Sableye, like, if you're not one of the Pokemon, like, that defensively walls this thing, this Dazzling Gleam does literally 0 damage, so I'm going to be able to get a Toxic off on this thing and wreck its soul. As Landorus T is clearly the switch-in, apparently. However, I don't see what the point of that was, because he gave me another free switch into Medicham on his rocks. If he chooses to go for Stone Edge and misses, that'd be cool. If he chooses to go for Stone Edge, yeah, see, I don't know why he did that, because now I can just click Ice Punch and gain a bunch of momentum back on this dude. Kill his Landorus T in the process. I don't care that Medicham got taken down, because it took 2 Pokemon, 2.5, basically 3 Pokemon. If this thing comes back, this thing's highly crippled thanks to this Medicham. So basically it took like 2.5 Pokemon down with it. Which is basically what Medicham is there on every team that it's there for, like, which is what it does. I guess it's going to be Rotom Wash here, as I want to just see what he's going to switch into. Rotom Wash being basically useless. Kind of want to see what set this is. Hopefully he will give me a chance to. I'm hoping it's Life Orb. It is a Life Orb set. Clefable basically beats this team, like, completely now. So I'm just going to click Calm Mind. Hopefully, yeah, if it's Life Orb, and if it's a specially invested Life Orb set. I'm glad I sacked off Rotom there to see this thing set, honestly. Rotom was not doing me anything more in this battle. Alright, so he does switch into the Dank Lord. But I am going to be able to just click Moonblast and kill this thing, as I expect that I can outspeed it. As he decides to go into Tyranitar, I guess expecting that he was going to be able to force me out. But Clefable, don't get scared out, bro. Clefable, do not get scared out. That Stone Edge did way too much. That's probably a banded T-Tar. That is disgusting. What kind of world are we living in? That actually changes the game a lot. I guess I have to risk the miss. I'm pretty sure... Tyranitar can't do that much damage to Clefable. Unaware Wall. What is going on here? Yeah, I don't know what's up with these weird calcs today, but Tyranitar should not have done that much damage to my beloved Clefable. But I'm just gonna click Moonblast and hope for the miss. I don't understand. I don't know what's going on with this Clefable right now. It's invested in defense. It said it was invested in defense. But I'm just gonna click Stone Edge at this point because that was stupid. That was annoying. I don't know what just happened. I hope you guys witnessed that this calc is lying, or the game glitched, because there's no way, unless he's lying. Yeah, he's probably a liar. He's adamant ban. Who? Yeah, okay, he's banned it, so... Okay, now I'm not as angry. But okay, if he's running banded, that's okay by me. As I'm going to net some kills with Tyranitar, as I'm still gonna lose this battle. This Dazzling Gleam, this guy doesn't seem to be revealing the Focus Blast, which means I'm honestly just going to click Toxic here. Hopefully no Spadef drop, and then I'm just going to click Roost. Okay, well this guy's making some very odd plays, to say the least. But I'm going to switch into Tyranitar here. Because if he wants to switch out, this is honestly still my best play. As hopefully Stone Edge connects for the last time. Please don't fail me, Stone Edge, as I do achieve that kill. And if he's unless he's just really weird and not clicking like some great move that he has, I'm going to be able to kill with just. I'm going to switch back into Skarm. Is honestly, unless he reveals Focus Blast now, nope. Because that was very strange. And we're gonna look for our next game while this game is finishing up. This one's probably gonna end up being our last game. So we'll get to that battle in a second. As I don't know why he was clicking that if he had it the entire time. Wasn't clicking that if he had it the entire time. But we're gonna switch into T-Tar as I'm expecting. I don't know what I'm expecting. Clefable was nice to have as a mid-game pivot there, as he does forfeit. And we are hopefully above 1500 again. I'm praying. But we're going to start our next battle. So right off the bat, we're seeing Mew, which is going to be a Pokemon that we need to take on Heatran, because that's basically our only way to deal with it. But I am expecting Cobalion to want to lead this battle. Honestly, this is a battle that Clefable, as long as Jirachi is removed, this is a battle that Clefable can do a lot of work in. But I am just going to lead with our... I feel like this thing runs close combat. I saw a team very similar to this on the RMT, so I feel like I know what this team is. I'm gonna lead with Rotom Wash. Okay, he wants to. I'm pretty sure Cobalion's the dedicated lead of a team like this, but he can do that. As I'm honestly expecting a U-turn here, so I'm just gonna click Volt Switch. If he uses Heart Stamp, okay, I don't know what we just ran into, guys. 30%, 60. What are you doing? Over a Zen Headbutt. Okay, well, I bow down to you, good sir. As he is going to switch into Landorus T. Even though we didn't click Fake Out, we're going to be able to reveal this thing's item, as that took like no damage. It is another Rocket Helmet Landorus, but I'm just going to click Ice Punch because we don't care about Rocket Helmets in this. So we are able to get 1500. Hopefully we'll be able to break it because I'm really upset with where I am on the ladder right now. Honestly expecting. Oh my god, why is this your switch-in, bro? Why is this your switch-in? So I'm gonna click the Iron Head here. As he does click the U-turn this time. I wasn't asking. Heart Stamp? That was crazy. As he does want to bring in Cobalion, and I am just going to click Will-O-Wisp and basically, ooh, not bad, not a bad play by my opponent. He's probably a leftover variant if he's running that. I was expecting either Mental Herb or something along those lines, maybe a Rocky Helmet, I guess. But all right, I see you. So he's literally a guy playing off hacks. That's kind of annoying. Although I guess no, I'll respect that. I'll respect that actually, because you know, like that's a Pokemon that uses that as a legitimate strategy, where it's more likely than not that you're going to be able to. Hopefully this Hydro Pump connects, as it does. And from here, I'm going to be able to just click Volt Switch on anything, as he has lowered his Spadef. Medicham can just come in quite easily here and just click High Jump Kick. As Mew, Gyarados, this is not a switch-in. This is not a switch-in. I'm just going to switch back into Rotom here. If this is Mega Gyarados, which it probably is, honestly, man, this guy is running some weird things. Kind of an interesting battle to end the episode with. Mew doesn't seem to want to switch in and utilize its Synchronize. And for that reason, I'm probably just going to click Pain Split here. Actually, I wanted to click Will-O-Wisp, but it's fine that I didn't. Cobalion wants to switch in, or if Latios wants to switch in. Honestly, I'll probably get healing on anything on this entire team. Gyarados obviously is not going to be the switch-in of choice, as he does reveal that it is in fact Latios. I am expecting the hardest Draco in the world right now, and he's in a range where we'll be able to knock him out. Who are you? I'm pretty sure Cobalion's pretty physically defensive, yeah. So Earthquake might not actually knock this out from a non-stab Pokemon. So I'm just going to click switch into Rotom Wash here, as he reveals that he has an SD Cobalion. So honestly, it might just be worth clicking Hydro Pump and getting this thing out of here, because he's probably going to click Sub. It doesn't have great special bulk though, so Volt Switch might be able to break its Sub anyways. And from here, I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to Revenge Kill it with Tyranitar, as it does not have a great speed stat. Medicham is obviously not the way to go because it's probably max speed, but we'll be able to kill with Earthquake. So from here, I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm expecting now that I've revealed that I'm Scarf, I'm expecting yeah, Gyarados is fair. He's probably gonna be able to get his Dragon Dance up if he is a Mega Gyarados, but I'm just gonna switch into Rotom and bop him off with a Volt Switch. Say my goodbyes. He does click the. Oh man, that's scary. That's some scary stuff. I need to find a way to whittle this thing down ASAP, so I am just going to click. Honestly, he'll probably click Dragon Dance again, as he does not, and I am able to get the. Fortunately, this is the one time where I'm not running unaware on my as he does. Okay, so now we'll be able to hopefully use Medicham to. Okay, so here's Medicham showing up how it's good at revenge killing, which is going to be pretty sweet, because now with Toxic plus Fake Out plus Bullet Punch, I'm almost positive that this Gyarados will not be able to survive this onslaught. Mega Medicham showing some prowess. Even if it hadn't gone that, it probably would have gone down a Bullet Punch on the next turn. So that was pretty cool to reveal. If he wants to go for Heart Stamp or U-turn or anything here, he has no good switch-ins to Heatran. Unfortunately, I have... Okay, so he decides to go into Mew. I'm not thinking this is Stallbreaker Mew anymore, but I am just going to click Magma Storm. Oh my god! This is a... Wow. I concede defeat. That thing just revealed the strongest Earthquake in the world. Jesus Christ, what do we do now to Latios? Oh my goodness. As I am just gonna go into Clefable here, if he wants to go for... Because honestly, that's my only play. I have to keep Tyranitar alive to kill... Although, I could actually kill it with... Clefable is my best way... Medicham only offers revenge killing. But if he clicks Iron Head here, my only chance is Medicham. So I'm just going to switch into Clefable, as hopefully he clicks U-turn. As he does just click the most obvious, easiest play. But I'm just going to click. He's probably going to get the flinch. Nope, he doesn't get the flinch this time around. But we are in a very tough spot, to say the least. Hopefully we don't get the flinch on this one, as he does. Honestly, that's okay. He was bound to get a flinch on one of these attacks. He runs some crazy sets, so unfortunately I wasn't able to make any plays because I just really had no idea what these sets were. That was a offensive Mew, just like, and this is probably a Scarfrachi, but I don't know. I don't know. What if it's not a Scarfrachi? Hopefully we can live in Iron Head. He does opt to switch into Latios, and it goes down very easily. I suppose now we can only really click High Jump Kick, as please no flinch, and we are able to secure the win. Nice, so it was a cool way to end off. We did go, I think, 2-1 this episode, which is alright, The game we lost was to that Ferrothorn, I believe, and that was some crazy stuff, so, you know, all's fair, I can dig it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We got to see some awesome wall-breaking prowess, as we saw Mega Medicham, no Pokemon wants to switch in this thing. We saw it do we saw it KO a Latios, we saw it revenge kill, we saw it KO just everything. We saw it like do like so much damage. So if you haven't been sold this meta, I would definitely say you go try it out firsthand, see what it's like. Obviously every meta has pros and cons. Mega Medicham suffering from being walled by certain things, as any offensive Pokemon will be. Most, like, not a relatively great speed set compared to other top tier offensive Pokemon, and also from really crappy bulk. But regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's always extremely appreciated, and I will see you guys later. Krakenation out. Wrong with that. I don't know, they're essentially the same thing for all intents and purposes. But another cool thing about it is that the EVs you put into the attack set will all be worth 2 times as much. That's because every 4 EVs is worth 1 base point, ultimately towards that